I used to think human skin color was just one of those obvious things, something you see, label, and move on from. But the more I studied the question of why humans became different colors, the more unsettling it got. Because this was never just about appearance. It was about survival. It was about a species being forced to rewrite its own body under a violent sun, and then carrying those changes across the entire planet. Somewhere in that story, humanity stopped being one climate-bound people and became something far more complicated. And the reason is not what most people think. If I go back to the beginning, the scene is not beautiful. It is brutal. Early Homo sapiens were living in Africa under intense ultraviolet radiation, a kind of invisible pressure most people never think about. That sunlight was powerful enough to damage DNA, destroy essential nutrients, and threaten pregnancy itself. So the body responded with a shield, melanin. Darker skin absorbed and blocked more of that radiation, protecting folate, protecting fertility, protecting life. In that world, dark skin was not a style, it was armor. But then humans did something dangerous. They left. And once they started moving out of Africa, the same trait that had protected them began to create a new problem. The farther humans traveled from the equator, the weaker the sunlight became. Europe, Asia, cold, northern landscapes, with shorter days and lower UV exposure. Suddenly, the same melanin that once saved people was slowing a different essential process, the production of vitamin D. Without enough vitamin D, bones weaken, immune systems suffer, children grow poorly, and survival gets harder. This is where the mystery deepens, because evolution was now caught between two threats. Too much sun could destroy you. Too little sun could starve you from the inside. And humanity was stuck right in the middle, forced to adapt or disappear. So over thousands of years, skin color began shifting. Not because anyone planned it, not because one group was meant to be one color and another group another. It happened because the environment kept applying pressure generation after generation. In low UV regions, lighter skin spread because it allowed more sunlight to reach the skin and trigger vitamin D more efficiently. In high UV regions, darker skin remained valuable because it protected against radiation damage. This is the part most people miss. Human skin color is not a fixed badge. It is a living response to geography, a biological compromise between protection and absorption. And that compromise kept changing depending on where people lived. But the real twist is that this happened more than once. Scientists have found that lighter skin evolved independently in different parts of the world through different genetic changes. That means human skin color is not the result of one single branching moment in history. It is the result of repeated survival experiments. Different populations faced similar sunlight problems and arrived at similar solutions on their own. When I first realized that, it changed the entire story for me. The world did not divide humanity into colors first. The world divided humanity by environment, and color was the answer each group's body invented to stay alive. But even that is only part of the truth. Because skin color was never the only adaptation. Humans were also changing in other ways depending on where they lived. In cold regions, bodies adapted to conserve heat. In high altitudes, people evolved ways to handle low oxygen. In some places, adults evolved the ability to digest milk because survival favored it. In others, local diets and diseases shaped completely different biological strengths. This is why the question, why are humans different colors, leads to something much bigger. We were not becoming separate species. We were becoming local specialists. The human body was learning how to survive almost anywhere on Earth, but every environment came with a price. And that price was isolation. For most of human history, people did not move freely across continents the way they do now. Mountains blocked them, oceans trapped them, deserts split them apart. For thousands of years, groups lived and adapted in relative isolation, and that allowed regional traits to become more common. Over time, differences in skin tone became visible, not because humanity had fractured into separate origins, but because we had spent so long surviving under different skies. Then modern travel changed everything. People began mixing across continents at a scale that would have been impossible for ancient ancestors. The world shrank. Genes started moving faster than geography. And suddenly, the old boundaries that once shaped skin color began to blur. Here is the part that changes the meaning of the entire story. Skin color was never really about race in the way people later tried to use it. It was about sunlight. It was about vitamin D. It was about protecting life in one place and preserving health in another. The categories humans built around those differences came much later, through history, politics, colonization, and power. That means the body was solving a survival problem long before society turned color into a weapon. The science is clear. The cruelty came later. And once you see that, it becomes very hard to look at human skin the same way again. What I find most powerful is this. Every skin tone on Earth carries an ancient survival record. Dark skin remembers the need for protection under intense equatorial sun. Light skin remembers the need to absorb more light in dimmer northern climates. Brown skin, all the shades in between, they all sit inside a continuous spectrum shaped by migration, adaptation, and time. There is no hard border where one kind of human ends and another begins. There is only a species that kept moving, kept changing, and kept surviving against enormous biological pressure. So when people ask why humans became different colors, the answer is not division. It is adaptation. It is survival written in melanin. It is the planet leaving its fingerprint on the human body. And that is the real story.